I'm Margaret, and this is Marga's Way Yoga. Today's class is great for anybody who deals with scoliosis. And even if you don't, it's still a wonderful class. We're going to lengthen our side body and stretch our paraspinals. So please join me. We'll start with having a comfortable seat. I'm sitting up on a blanket, folded a couple times, and you're going to want something to support you nearby, a block, a stool, a chair, several pillows. But we're just going to start by entering our meditation. You can close your eyes and just breathe deeply. We'll just take a few deep breaths here, settling in through our seat bones and lifting the crown of our head, getting as comfortable as possible, connecting with the present moment. Cultivating some stillness in the body and the mind, creating a space around you that's calm, peaceful, tranquil. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Big breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Big breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more time. Big breath in through your nose. And out. Continue to breathe in and out your nose throughout class today. We can blink our eyes open, wake ourselves up a little bit from that, and then take your block or whatever you're using today and place it underneath your foot as you extend your leg long. We're just going to press our heel down into our support as firmly as you can. So we're going to imagine our kneecap pulling up and in, draw the skin towards the hip crease and push the heel down as firmly as you want to. And we'll do this for 5 more breaths. Wonderful. Okay, we'll change sides. So take your support, your height, whatever you're using, and if you don't have anything, of course that's all right. Just press down into the floor. And we'll try it on this side, pressing down, pulling that kneecap towards the body, activating the toes. One more breath. Beautiful, awesome. Take that foot off of the block or whatever you're using, and we're going to take a seated straddle. So extend both legs nice and long. This is where your blanket underneath you comes in handy. and find a tall spine. You're going to feel your stomach muscles engage a little bit here. Your back muscles are going to heat up a little bit, and just lift the crown of your head. So we do want a lifted heart here. If you're feeling a little bit slouched over, sit a little bit higher on something and press the heels down here. Pressing firmly with both feet, both heels into the floor. Activate the toes. Draw the kneecaps towards the body. And we'll hold for 5 more breaths. Big inhale. And release, relax. So your thighs might feel a little bit on fire right now. That's okay. We're going to close our legs together here and come into a tabletop position. So I'm going to come into tabletop with a blanket under my knees. That's always best for me. And bring the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Let's take a few cat-cows here. So drop the belly, lift the chin, and then exhale, drop the chin, lift the belly. Just a few times. 1. Let it go. 2. Last one. And find a neutral spine somewhere in the middle there. Lift the belly button up towards the ceiling and then send your right leg back. Let the foot hover up off the floor. We can stay here, and then when and if you're ready, we can take our left arm forward as well for balancing, engaging those core muscles. Really lengthen the fingertips away from the toes. And then we're going to take our left hand to the left and our right hand to the right. See if you can balance here for 3, 2, 1. Okay, reach and extend forward and back, really long, and then come on back down to our tabletop. Awesome job. We'll do that on the other side. But first, maybe we kind of wiggle our hips from side to side, gaze over one shoulder and then the other shoulder. And maybe we take a few more cat-cows, so dropping the belly, lifting the chin. Exhaling, dropping the chin, lifting the belly. Okay, back to neutral spine. We'll try that on the other leg. Send your left leg back, let the foot hover off the floor. If and when you're ready, right arm forward. Hold, balance. And then we'll take the right arm to the right and the left leg to the left. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Back to center and tabletop. Awesome. Take a big breath in and out. Open those knees a little bit wide, toes together. Let's take a break in child's pose for a moment to rest our head. And take a few relaxing breaths in child's pose. Hopefully our seat bones feel rested, whether it be on the heels or a pillow. Hopefully our head feels rested, whether it be on the floor or using our body or pillows, blankets. And this is going to help us relax our spinal muscles. Let's take 3 more big breaths here. Very slowly push the floor away from you to sit up nice and tall in hero's pose. Close your knees and stack the shoulders over the hips. Chin lifts slowly. And take a moment in hero's pose. Let's interlace our fingers behind our back and just gently lift your hands up and away, gaze upwards. Big stretch through the wrists and shoulders. 3 more breaths. 2. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, release. From here, we're going to stand on our knees, and I'm just going to turn to face you. And we're going to stand on our knees directly underneath the hips. Take a moment to adjust to being upright, letting the blood flow. We'll inhale, reach the arms up, look up, interlace your fingers together, point your pointer fingers up, and then lean back, look up for a little back bend. Really work your stomach here, engage the belly. Exhale the hands through to prayer. Find your center, find your balance. And we're going to extend our right leg out to the side, nice and long. The toes can face forward. Try and get your hips nice and level here. You can take your hands to your hips to see if they are level. And then we're going to take our right hand down the right leg and reach that left arm up and over towards the right, getting a really big side stretch, hip to shoulder, really knee to elbow perhaps, and lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Finding that lift and rotation upwards. Good, big inhale. Exhale, let your hand come down and follow that hand up with your body to come out of the pose. And then we'll need our support, most likely a block, a stool, whatever you want to use, and take that down to your left side. We'll take our left hand down to the floor or your support, and then take your right hand and send it away from the right toes. And now we stretch completely from toes to fingertips. See if you can lift your heart here as well. And then, if you would like, lift your right toes up off the floor and hover them for 3, 2, big inhale. Exhale, gently take the toes down, stretch the fingertips away, lift the heart, and then we can hinge at the hips and swing that arm forward to safely come out of that pose. Find your level hips. The leg that's straight, that hip might want to hike up. See if you can drop it down. Take another breath here. And then we'll change legs. So tuck that right leg underneath you. Send your left leg long, toes facing forward. Find level hips. And then we'll take our left hand down the left leg, reach that right arm up and over, bending in that left hip crease, stretching the right side body, and see if you can lift your heart up. Big inhale. Exhale, take the right hand down, follow it with your heart. And then we're going to take our right hand to our block at any height that works for you, and reach those left fingertips up and away from the left toes. Lift your heart. When you're ready, take those toes up off the floor, let them hover for 3, 2, 1. Big inhale. Exhale, gently take the toes down. Stretch and lengthen for 1 more big breath. And then we can hinge at the hips, swing the body forward to safely come out of that pose, come back to center. And we'll tuck that knee back underneath us. We're going to take 1 more back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up, hook your thumbs like a butterfly, and see if we can find a little bit more of a back bend. Strong belly. Exhale our hands through to prayer. Take a moment. And we're going to take a nice long child's pose before we come into downward facing dog. Settling into a very comfortable child's pose, whatever that looks like for you, whatever that feels like. And we'll slowly make our way into downward facing dog. Open up those fingers really wide, push those hips up, and just pedal it out. I love to bend and alternate my knees, kind of wiggle the hips from side to side. Big breath in and out. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Relax the jaw. Press the shoulders towards the feet. All right, let's step our left foot forward. Take your left foot to the left and your right foot to the right for balance. And we're going to drop our back right knee, sink down into low lunge. And then inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale the hands through to prayer. Take a moment to find a balance here, taking a moment of pause. And we'll take our hands to our hips. We're going to sweep that right arm up and over towards the left. Big stretch to the right hip crease. Back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale the hands to the floor. Nice. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Step forward, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Bend those knees slightly to release the chest and head over the body. And we'll hold for maybe 3 more breaths here. Maybe shake the head yes and no. And then we'll slowly come and rise up. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale the hands through to prayer, steady standing, mountain pose. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step the right foot back once again. You can drop your back knee if you would like, or you can come into high lunge. So if low lunge works for you today, go back to low lunge, or we'll challenge ourselves a little bit with a high lunge, hands to prayer. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale the hands through to prayer. We're going to take that side tip again. Take your hands to your hips, and then sweep that right arm up and over. Really big stretch, I think. All right, come on back to center. Find your control. Sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale the hands down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Feel those pads of the toes connecting with your mat. And lift the toes up and away from the floor as we drop the heels. Lift the belly. Inhale to high plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Knees together or apart. Hands forward or back. Maybe taking your temple one side or the other to the floor. Taking a really gentle pose here. Take some time to catch up with your breath. Catch up with the present moment. finding some stillness. Alright, let's meet back in downward facing dog. We're going to do that again on our other side. So lift the hips up and away, press the shoulders towards your feet, and then we'll step the right foot forward. Take the right foot to the right and the left foot to the left for a strong foundation. And then we'll drop that left knee, sink into the hips, reach the arms up, inhale, exhale the hands through to prayer. Hands to the hips, sweep that left arm up and over towards the right. Big stretch to the left hip crease. Back to center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands through to prayer, take them down to the floor. Lift that back knee, step it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Let it go. Let your head be heavy. Maybe wrap your arms around your legs. Maybe grab opposite elbows. And just hang out for a moment. Let it go. Audible breath is always welcome. Sighs. Sweep the arms up, look up, upward salute. Exhale the hands through to prayer, steady standing. Pausing. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back again. Take that left foot all the way back. And you can drop the back left knee if you would like, or we'll come all the way up to high lunge. Finding your balance, staring at one little speck on the floor in front of you for focus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale the hands through to prayer. We'll take our hand to our hip now. Inhale, reach the left arm up and over to the right. Big stretch to the left hip crease. Big inhale. Exhale the left hand down. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale the hands through to prayers. Take them back down. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a nice big breath in down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, slowly lower, hit the deck. Let's take a moment on our belly. You can take your hands towards the feet, take a cheek. Let's take a little rest here on our belly. Letting our back body expand with breath. Let's take our other cheek to the floor. And we'll take our hands underneath our shoulders, forehead to the floor, press our feet down, lift our heart, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Maybe knees together this time or knees apart, whatever you didn't do last time. Just trying something new, seeing what works. Big breath in and out. Okay, slowly come to rise. Slowly sit back on your heels, lift your heart. And we are going to take a reclining posture next. I would definitely recommend having your blankets ready to go. We're gonna sit on our knees so we can open up our blanket for the next pose. And sit down on your right hip with your feet next to you. Sort of a side saddle. It's a variation of hero's pose. Sweep your right arm up and over and away and tip towards the left hip. See if you can lift your heart open towards the ceiling. The left hand can come to the floor for support. Big inhale. Exhale, take your hand down and then follow your hand all the way down down to the floor. Walk yourself down and take your right hand behind you and your left hand to the left side. We're slowly going to melt. Take your right cheek to the floor and rest your elbows on the floor. And let your left leg be heavy on top of the right leg. And you might be feeling a stretch through your right hip and your right shoulder. And if you would like to create more of a twist here, we can pick our head up and take our left cheek to the floor. Melting and letting go as we slow things down quite a bit. Adjusting so that you are as comfortable as you can be. Noticing the breath pass your upper lip. Letting yourself get a little bit heavier here. Let's hold for 5 more breaths. And we're going to take our right cheek back to the floor. Pause. So we're not coming out of this too quickly. Let's stay here for 3 more breaths. And then we'll push the floor away. Slowly come back up. Nice and slow, back to hero's pose. Variation of. Okay, so we can keep our setup and then simply just flip and go the other way. So now we're on our left hip. And our feet are underneath our right hip. Use your right hand for support on the floor and then sweep your left arm up and over towards the right. Look upwards, gaze upwards, lift the heart, and get a really nice stretch from left hip to left fingers. Big inhale. Exhale, take that left hand down to the floor behind you, and then keep following it and walk yourself all the way down. And we'll take our left cheek to the floor and take your arms out, elbows relax. So kind of like field goal posts. Or like a bent letter T. And simply breathe here. Let yourself get heavy. Let the breath flow freely. And if you want to deepen this twist, we can take our right cheek all the way to the floor. Let one leg get heavy over the other. And slow things down. And simply watch the breath flow. Notice the belly rising and falling with breath. Create space in the shoulders and the hips for some breath. or fill that space up as best you can. Relax your arms. We'll take 5 more breaths here. And then we'll take our left cheek back to the floor, so we're not coming out of it too quickly. And we'll take 3 more really big breaths here. And we'll slowly press the floor away and make your way back up, nice and slow. Okay, from here we're going to come all the way down onto our back as we slow things down even more, coming all the way down. Feet on the floor, knees up at first. Reach your arms up overhead and drop the knees from left to right. Good, big inhale. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Hold on to your right knee and extend your left leg nice and long. Rotate the right ankle. And then we're going to cross our right ankle in front of the left thigh. Pull the left leg up and in. Interlace your fingers behind that leg. And push and pull. Pull the legs towards you as the legs push away. Stretching our right hip deeply. We'll stay here for maybe 5 more long breaths. Big inhale, exhale, release. Take your feet to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hug both knees into your chest. And then we're going to grab the left knee, extend the right leg long. Rotate the left ankle a few times, one way and then the other way. And then we'll take the left ankle and cross it on top of the right thigh. Pull those legs towards you. Interlace your fingers behind the right thigh and push the legs away from you as your hands keep them pulling inwards. Create that push and pull. That yin and yang. And we'll hold for 5 more long breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Take your feet to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead and drop your knees from left to right. Inhale, and then exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Pull them up close to your heart and rock from side to side a few more times. And then we'll take Shavasana. So getting as comfortable as you can. Extend your legs nice and long. Let the ankles flap open. Get those shoulder blades underneath you, underneath your shoulders. And let the palms face upwards. No more effort and no more trying. Just letting go. Letting your body be dense and heavy. Whatever hard work you put into class today, letting that seep into your memory, into your muscles. Let the breath flow peacefully and naturally. Not forcing anything upon ourselves. Sometimes the letting go can be the hardest part. Let the skin of your face be soft. And let go will melt a little bit longer. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. And gently draw your head from side to side. Very slowly roll to the sleeping position. Taking your right arm under your head like a pillow. Just take a moment here to hold close to your heart any lovely, positive feelings you might be experiencing. And very slowly make your way up to a seated posture, nice and slow. We'll cross our legs and sit up nice and tall. Taking a few breaths. Rooting down through both seat bones and lifting the crown of the head. Maybe noticing any differences in our back, in the hips, our shoulders. Noticing how the breath flows. We'll bring our hands to prayer at heart center, holding on to this peace and quiet for another moment. Bowing our heads in gratitude, namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed day.